Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for the last webinar of our December series. We're just going to wait one more minute to see if anybody else is joining us, and then we will start. I think we can start. Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for attending our webinar called Find Proof of GIATA's Distribution to the Main Platform Center Operator Catalogues. My name is Andy Monteano, and I'm the co-head of Customer Success at GIATA. This webinar is the last one of a series of webinars organized for the month of December. We have organized these webinars for an opportunity to exchange our knowledge on the industry, consolidate our relationship, and update you on exciting news about GIATA Drive. The expected duration of this webinar is a bit under 1 hour. I will start by introducing GIATA and giving you some information on the key developments that we've had this year for Drive. Afterwards, I will proceed to give you detailed information on how GIATA's distribution works, emphasizing the importance of hotel content, and will show you concrete proof on different platforms of GIATA's distribution. The last part of the webinar is dedicated to your questions. This webinar is being recorded and will be made available after our meeting, so don't worry if you cannot attend for all of it. If you have been following along throughout the webinar series, on the next 2 slides, I will be giving you the same information I have before, which is a brief introduction to GIATA and about the latest developments in Drive. GIATA provides market-leading content solutions, that is, mapping services, content production, and the important one for you all, content distribution. Starting in 1996, we unified under a single interface the hotel content, that is images and descriptions, coming from over 140 tour operators for the over 11,000 travel agencies and OTAs in the DACH region. That is a 99% market share. Since 2006, we reached internationally a further 8,000 OTAs and travel agencies in over 70 countries worldwide with content we have created ourselves. The GIATA database is expanding and currently includes 1.2 million accommodations worldwide. What are Drive's latest developments? In 2022, we have extended our distribution list, developed new features in the Drive front end. We have relaunched the Drive product page on our website and published there the Drive distribution list. We are in the process of building a brand new knowledge base to give you supplemental tools for using Drive. And we have also prepared this webinar series to strengthen our collaboration and give you a platform to voice any questions you may have. Let's talk a bit about why is content so important. Having a look at the market development in the last 10 years, you can see that the tendency has clearly been an upward one. You can also notice how a lot of the growth is coming from the 2 main channels, Booking.com and Expedia. In 2020, we had the pandemic, and now the market is recovering, but you can see how well their position is entrenched. When speaking about the market structure, not many people know that only 31% of revenue is generated by the market leaders. All the other 69% comes from a variety of sources, such as different OTAs, tour operators, and travel agencies. You have all seen on Drive's dashboard features how in many cases, hundreds of channels are offering your property as part of their portfolios, independently of whether you have an agreement with them or not. What are the reasons for this? We say that price parity has been reached with very little variations in price throughout the online platforms. Some years ago, Booking.com had a best price clause that restricted the hoteliers' decisions on prices, but it was removed. Regarding UX, the market leaders have very powerful platforms where they constantly test small improvements to guide sales. It is true, but there are also no restrictions on how others can implement the same characteristics onto their own platforms. The difference is therefore in the quality of the content, on where the best images and facts information can be found. As a market standard, hoteliers invest money to make renovations, modernize, and improve the services offered, but fail at making this information available on the myriad of platforms that are able to drive bookings. I added here a typical example of this. So we have the photos of before the renovation, the photos of after the renovation. The price is the same on different platforms, but the images fail to arrive to the other platforms outside of the main ones, the market leaders. Let's start looking at GIATA's distribution channels. By using GIATA's ongoing collaborations and different connectivities, GIATA takes away the manual work in the hands of numerous channels such as DMCs, bed banks, tour operators, and OTAs, and delivers the most updated content directly to the portfolios and websites of the end of travel agencies, OTAs, and tour operators. By making the drive content available to a larger portion of the market, GIATA helps you reach content parity among channels and therefore reduce your distribution risk, depending less on the market leaders. Here are some examples of GIATA's distribution channels. As we have mentioned before, GIATA's distribution is comprised by 11,500 travel agencies, 8,000 OTAs worldwide, and 142 tour operators. That is a total of around 20,400 channels. I can show you on our website. As you know, we have deployed this year GIATA's most updated distribution list. So this is on our website under channels. Here you can see the different company types, and you can also filter the channels by status so that you know which new channels are joining us in the distribution, which ones are planned or coming soon, etc. Tour operators face the problem of outdated and inaccurate content in their hotel offers as well. The local representatives try to get all of the updated content and replace it on their databases, but this is a lengthy process and an increasingly an unrealistic one, as the number of total properties in tour operator portfolios has grown exponentially in recent years. GIATA currently identifies around 359,000 properties in these tour operators' portfolios, and our data shows that currently around 80% of property descriptions are outdated. Due to GIATA's long-lasting collaboration with tour operators in the DACH region, more and more tour operators are asking GIATA to help them enrich their offers with the most up-to-date hotel information, which in exchange provides guests with a great customer experience. That's how GIATA drives tour operator push was born. And what it does is that it synchronizes the hotel content on the tour operator platforms in real time. Once the images are on the Drive Open content link, within 24 to 48 hours, the tour operators are displaying them on their catalogs and sites. GIATA also makes the descriptive content available to tour operators for the descriptions. Afterwards, it collects these tour operator descriptions via XML. That sums up to a total of 4.3 million offers, standardizes and normalizes the descriptions, and sends them to the reservation systems, to Amadeus Bistro, Peakwork, and GDSs. Let me start by showing you the case of Amadeus Bistro. For the Hotel Calista Luxury Resort before they had joined Drive. We see that although they are working with a large portfolio of tour operators, you can see this here, the content is very limited and irrelevant, as we cannot see images of the rooms or the main features of the property. After joining Drive, we can see how the number of images has increased radically, and the images are attractive and representative. And we can also see here how GIATA's normalization and standardization of hotel content is visible in Bistro. We can see there the GIATA's copyright. Let me show you the case of Peakwork. So this is another reservation system for travel agencies in the DACH region. And I'm showing you first the case with Drive because I found it more representative. So you can see that this property for the tour operator Bentour, they have 432 images. I think this is very, very rare in tour operator catalogs. You are for sure familiar. So of course, this is a property in Drive. And on the right side of this page, you can see that in Peakwork, the hotelier has their own tab that says information from the hotelier. And what can you see on this tab? Well, basically the open content link of Drive. So under information from the hotelier, you can see all of the portfolio of images, the facts, and the descriptions. Now, I looked for a competitor of this property, so a hotel that is in the same area, and I found this one that actually does not have images, so they are not in Drive, and neither LMX or Fumferflug are displaying any images of this hotel, and of course they are lacking the information from the hotelier, which comes uniquely from GIATA. Now I have here the case of Google and TripAdvisor. I'm sticking to the same hotel, and I wanted to show you how you can see under the motive type of the image, the source. So the source is GIATA. In this case, I'm using Google Maps. And also for the case of TripAdvisor, I wanted to point out to you that all of the images, once you have joined GIATA Drive, the source for where you see ICE portal as source, the content is coming from GIATA. So they are our partner in distribution. So therefore, all of the content from ICE portal is from GIATA. I have some cases that I wanted to show you. So as always, you receive our statistics on a weekly basis every Monday, where we update you on all the relevant information for you. And I wanted to show you again the tour operators part, so that you can see that we are now working with 142 tour operators, just to show you where the numbers that I'm using in this presentation are coming from. And here I wanted to show you a few more cases. So the same property, and you can see that all of these photos are from GIATA Drive. And again from Vegde, the same hotel in Turkey. And you can see under here, GIATA's copyright. And the same in the Funverflug website. The images and GIATA's copyright. Let me return. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to open the round of questions. You can send yours in the Q&A feature in the Zoom toolbar. It would be amazing if we could ask you to take a minute to give your opinion on the webinars, if you found them useful, if there is something that you would like us to discuss in more depth in future ones. And also remember that the direct connectivity to booking.com is live. If you need any help connecting, please let us know. And in general, that the customer success team is available for you. Let's start a round of questions. Right, so we have our first question. It's regarding the hotel description in Check24. So GIATA is distributing the content to Check24. What I would, if you're wondering, if you find outdated content on an online platform, what I would recommend that you do, firstly, you check on our website. If the channel is here, so you can see that the distribution is live, that is great. And therefore, the content has been made available for them. I would recommend to, once you have made a change, give it 1 or 2 weeks. It depends. So you know that our distribution works in different ways. Some channels, for example, the tour operators that have to push, the distribution takes place in 24 to 48 hours. But we also have channels that have agreed to periodically take content from us. And sometimes the update time is a few weeks. So I would say, give us a few weeks, give them a few weeks to pull the updated content. If it doesn't take place, please reach out to hotels@giata.com. Let us know and we are going to check the case for you. So regarding my question, regarding whether you would like us to, you feel like something was unanswered or some specific concern that we can address in future webinars, it would be great if you can let us know. So the hotel description is appearing in the open content link of the hotels, is created based on the facts that you provide. So give me a second to show you a property. So in the Edit Property tab, once you select the facts, based on these facts, a description is going to be generated in the open content link. And therefore, if you want to make any changes to this description by modifying either a fact or an attribute within the fact, which are the points found under edit details on each fact, will trigger most likely a different sentence in the description, etc. I hope I answered your question. Okay, so regarding future developments on the Drive platform, we are in the process. We are looking into in the future informing which channels have made changes, which tour operators have are already displaying the new content, etc. It's it's a bit of a lengthy process because it requires quite some development, but we understand absolutely that this is priority for you and for us. So this is already being considered for next year. Could I ask of you who attended the previous webinar, the webinar about the direct connectivity to booking.com, if you have tried to follow the deep link, and if you have tried the connectivity, or where are you in this process, if you are still in the process of setting up Drive, so that afterwards we can establish the connectivity and start distributing your content, your images automatically to booking.com. Okay, so some of you are in the process of setting it up. Wonderful. Well, in the last webinar, we already shared with you the link to the knowledge base with the article regarding the connectivity to booking. If you need us to send you this, just let me know. Well, thank you so much for joining us so close to the holidays. Before you start leaving us, we wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of the GIATA team. If you have any other questions, drop us an email at customer success to the customer success team at hotels@giata.com, and we look forward to continue working with you next year. If you have any more questions, feel free to to still ask them, where I will stay here for a few more minutes. Thank you, everybody.